Chapter 594, Execution. Franca almost chuckled in exasperation at Bard's remark. April Fools not only deceived outsiders, but also themselves. If they didn't believe in celestial worthy, cooperation wouldn't be on the table. Bard delved into his knowledge about Castle Dillon. That ancient castle used to be the domain of a secret organization known as the Secret Order. Loki became a member of the organization when he transmigrated. The story goes that the initial leader of the Secret Order personally constructed the ancient castle and concealed it over a century ago. Curious, Franca inquired, "Who's leading the Secret Order now?" Bard shook his head slowly. Loki is in the dark about that too. Only those who have become Bizarro sorcerers or sequence 4 demigods within the Secret Order can meet the leader and establish a connection with him. Others merely follow the orders of their direct superiors. Loki once contemplated murdering his mentor, his immediate superior in the Secret Order, to gain the Bizarro sorcerer Beyonder characteristic and stage a grand performance. Yet, due to his comprehension and fear of Bizarro sorcerers, he never solidified this idea into a concrete plan. Eventually, he gathered all the Bizarro sorcerer potion ingredients in Castle Dillon and entirely abandoned his initial scheme. Do you think a hidden place like Castle Dillon, with its long history, would be quiet, cold, and sinister? Contrary to expectations, Loki informed me that it's quite lively, featuring a grand performance every day. A grand performance. Hela recalled the pitch-black ancient castle she had glimpsed in Loki's dream, along with the wax statue-like guests inside. Deep in thought, Lumion asked Bard, "How do you suggest we locate Castle Dillon?" "I'm still missing crucial clues," Bard admitted sincerely. If finding Castle Dillon were that straightforward, the current leader of the Secret Order would have seized it and ousted Loki. No, he would have turned Loki into his puppet. Lumion intended to inquire more thoroughly with Ludwig later, seeking any information he might have gained after consuming half of Loki's arm. "What about Hisoka? What insights do you have on Hisoka?" Lumion inquired. Bard seemed to recollect something. "That guy doesn't quite fit in. He prefers going solo. The rare instances of collaboration are mostly with Mad Lady. We all sense his emotions are pretty unpredictable, swinging between joy and anger. Mad Lady, however, remarked that he's not pure enough. He's highly dangerous, on par with Loki. His specific path remains a mystery. I've witnessed him using his abilities twice, both times involving mystical items. It's a poker card that can change its face, showcasing the attributes of Frost and Cut, respectively. Word has it that Hisoka sought out an artisan outside the Research Society to customize it after hunting a Beyonder. Regrettably, Mad Lady is dead, and there's no means to commune with her spirit. She undoubtedly held more information about Hisoka. Does not being pure enough mean that Hisoka isn't as unhinged as he appears? Is his occasional madness a deliberate facade? Lumion pondered with a twinge of regret. Even though Lumion had obtained Mad Lady's remains, her spirit had been severely corrupted by celestial worthy. Some of it had even been washed away by the power of the sea, completely obliterated. Lumion sighed quietly and shifted the conversation to a different topic. "Do you have insights into the sea's power on Ultraman?" Indeed, Bard shared his findings candidly. "I played a role in deciphering the extraterrestrial language, although the celestial worthy provided crucial revelations. Additionally, the power of the sea is not exclusive to the offspring of Port Santa. I once encountered 2 heretics in Lenberg with similar abilities, and I managed to extract corresponding knowledge from them. This information greatly aided my decryption efforts, revealing that this pathway is not solely tied to the sea. In fact, only a small portion of it involves the sea. The power primarily emanates from the stars and the land beneath our feet. As you all are aware, our world is, after all, a planet. The corresponding sequence 9 is known as Astronomy Aficionado. It focuses on acquiring knowledge of the cosmos, related information, an initial perception of reality, and enhancing one's physique. Sequence 8, named Star Worshipper, can decipher the star language or the language of the stars and receive insights into fate. Sequence 7, called Star Sacrificer, gains true powers through sacrificial rituals involving the stars. This encompasses gravity abnormality, weakening ray, electromagnetic attraction, and cosmic void. Sequence 6 is Navigator. They possess a deeper understanding of space and dimensions, allowing them to locate hidden passageways in the void and navigate and adjust routes between the stars. Navigating ships at sea becomes a straightforward task for them. Sequence 5, Tidal Scholar, further masters gravity and can whip up massive waves capable of shattering ships and demolishing docks. As for Sequence 4, it's known as Heavybringer. Unfortunately, I'm not too certain about their specific abilities. Lumion remained silent, taking a couple of steps back and signaling for Franca and the others to continue questioning. His primary concern centered around Loki's connection to Hisoka. Anything else seemed less crucial. Franca studied Bard for a moment before inquiring, "Have you recruited other members into April Fools?" "Yes," Bard admitted without hesitation. After detailing what he knew about the April Fools members outside the curly-haired Baboons Research Society, Franca asked with curiosity, "Why did you choose the nickname Bard? Considering your past identity and current class, wouldn't Kaito or Kid be more fitting?" Bard responded calmly, "My current body was a bard, a wandering artist who often dabbled in thievery and swindling. He met his end when discovered trying to cheat others out of their money, suffering a severe beating." Cheat, swindle, and steal, Franca thought. You know everything, it suits you quite well. Franca turned to Hela and Gandalf, stating, "I have no further questions." "Neither do I," Gandalf acknowledged, recognizing that Bard's life was approaching its end. Muggle's brother wouldn't let him off the hook. "Neither do I," Hela added. Lumion raised his right hand, generating a dark green glow at his fingertips. The light transformed into a strange ray, penetrating Bard's chest. Weakening ray. Lumion still had access to a week's worth of sea power, approaching the level of Sequence 5. Bard's face contorted, muscles and nerves reacting instinctively. His chest, close to his neck, rapidly melted and peeled, exposing the flesh beneath. Seeing this, Gandalf sighed again. Gandalf sighed, condensing a straight sword with sunrise gleam and driving it towards Bard. The light blade impaled Bard's head, and he crumpled to the ground with a thud, held down by the sword. Bard writhed like a skinned insect, convulsing as life left his body. Lumion observed in silence, refraining from intervening as Gandalf freed Bard. When Bard's breath ceased, and he lay motionless, Lumion turned to Gandalf and Hela. "Thank you for your assistance. It's our duty. We're all accountable for the harm April Fools caused to the other members of the Research Society," Gandalf responded gravely. Lumion didn't contest. Instead, he disclosed, "Before the operation, I mentioned joining a secret organization before assuming my sister's identity. To seek revenge, I invited members of that secret organization to assist. I believe you all have seen or sensed their presence." He strategically linked the appearance of the Tarot Club to himself, safeguarding Franca's identity as a minor arcana card holder. "And which organization is that?" Gandalf inquired curiously. As per Hela's account, the secret organization exhibited angel-level power, and the demigod, Cinderella, who appeared at sea was equally formidable. "The Tarot Club," Lumion revealed truthfully. "You're one of the minor arcana card holders," Gandalf deduced. He had heard about the Tarot Club. Lumion nodded without denying it. Curiosity piqued, Franca asked, "Which card represents that Cinderella demigod? And why does her magic have such a dreamy quality? Moreover, it resembles fairy tales from before our transmigration." She maintained her role while genuinely expressing curiosity. Lumion recalled Madame Magician's guidance and grinned. "Major Arcana card, the Hermit." Pausing momentarily, he added, "I'm uncertain about why she can transform your fairy tales into magic. What I do know is that she's closely tied to Emperor Rosel's descendant of Emperor Rosel's eldest daughter, Bernadette." Franca and the others, having read numerous entries from Rosel's diary, immediately speculated. "Perhaps, but it's not Bernadette herself," Lumion honestly disclosed. That was the extent of his knowledge. "Is that so?" Franca, Gandalf, and Hela felt enlightened. So, it was connected to Emperor Rosel's faction. It made sense for the Emperor to create fairytale magic. After a brief pause, Lumion suggested, "You should probably prevent the Research Society from disseminating those fairy tales." Understood, Gandalf agreed. Lumion pondered for a moment before stating, "I've concluded my involvement with the Research Society and have joined another secret organization. It's no longer suitable for me to participate in the Research Society's gatherings. You may find an opportunity to reveal the truth to the other members." Gandalf and Hela exchanged glances and proposed, "You can continue playing the role of Muggle and acquire resources and assistance from the Research Society. We owe it to your sister."